Well guys, welcome back to another Scrappin' Irish video. And no, it's not a shed update or anything like that, even before you guys think it is. Let me adjust that camera slightly. There we go. So it's not a shed update or anything like that. It's a different kind of video. It's still e-waste. Don't worry, it's not going to be anything that isn't e-waste related or anything like that on this one. What have I done, or what? Well, the reason this video is I've done something that I wouldn't normally do, and the reason I've done something I wouldn't normally do is because I get a lot of emails and a lot of comments on my videos asking me, is it worth buying from eBay? People will see e-waste up there for sale, and is it worth buying it or not? And a lot of the time I tell people not to buy it, that I don't think it's worth it. But this time, just to check and do an experiment to see, would I make money? Will I lose my shirt on it? Will I break even? Will it turn up at all? When it turns up, will it be as described in the ad? I bought some e-waste. What did I buy? Well, in the ad it says 10 kg RAM sticks. Asking price was €1,000. So there was no way I was going to pay €1,000, because for a start that was a way too much money for me to risk. €1,000 to risk on it. Even what I did do was a bit risky, what I did pay in the end, which I'm going to tell you, of course. So I got in touch with the seller, put a few bids in, or put a few offers in that were declined. I started lowballing, of course. What other way would I do but lowball? In the end, I ended up paying €400. And between shipping and everything, it came to about €460 I paid, which was less than half price of what it started at. So if it is 10 kgs, which is about 22 pounds in weight, if it's all RAM that has no heat shields on it, again, the pictures showed mostly RAM without heat shields in it, then I think I might be okay. But I'm not going to know until it's delivered. So this is the risk I'm taking. As I say, it's something I've done to try and see, how does it work out? Will it be profitable? Will it not be profitable? Is it worth doing? Is it not worth doing? So I'm taking the risk on. I'm paying this out of my own money. It's not I think now, again, some of the money will have come from people who give me super chats and stuff like that on the channel. So anyone that has done that, I appreciate that, and I'm using it to do stuff back into the video. Again, I haven't got 400 quid on super chats ever since I've started doing YouTube. So this is some of my money and some of the money I would have got from YouTube or whatever. So again, I'm not on YouTube to make a fortune. I'm never going to make a fortune out of YouTube, and I'm never going to be looking for people to give me super chats or anything. But anyone that does, this is where your money has gone on this. So thanks for that, and I really appreciate it. So then, having paid that, I've paid that now. And I just have to wait for the stuff to come. So just before I finish up, I'm going to insert a photo there. So the photo should be coming up any second there now for you. Okay, so that was the photo of the actual stuff I bought, and that's the picture. That's all I had to go on. And the price, as you can see, is the well, I don't know, the price I paid was €460 including delivery. So it was bought in Italy, so it had to be delivered from Italy all the way over to me. I could have bought some in England and got delivered, but because of England no longer in the EU, I probably would have got charged with customs and stuff like that. So I didn't take the risk on that, or it might have never arrived. Just still may not arrive. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm presuming it will arrive, because I've got my notification to say that it has been shipped, and to expect it within a couple of days. So that's where I'm going to go now, and we're going to, next time you'll see me is hopefully when the box arrives. So until then, guys, you'll see it instantly, I hope. But what else can I say about it? Just, I took the risk. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to, the reason I work, well, my premises that I'm working off is RAM. People are getting anywhere from half a gram to 2 grams I've seen all over the place. For RAM, whole RAM, when they process it out, they're saying they're getting between half a gram up to 2 grams of gold at the end of it. So working on that, we say RAM, our gold at the moment is about 55 quid a gram. So if it's 22 pounds and I manage to get even half gram, that's going to give me 11 grams, and multiplying 11 by 55 should give me 610 quid or something like that, I think, isn't it? So 10 by is 550 plus 55, yeah, 610 quid, 610 euro. So it means that going by half a gram, I should at least break even when I take into account the assets and time and stuff like that. I should end up with maybe 600 quid's worth of gold at the end of it. So hopefully. Now, if I manage to get 2 grams per pound, that will give me 44 grams, which will be a win-win situation for me. So I get to do the video content, I get to see how it works, I get to do it and share it, and at the end of it I should end up with over an ounce of gold material. So that's the way it's going to do. So I'm going to do a series on this video. So this first video will be me just explaining what's happening, and we'll go from there and see how far I go into the process before I stop it and move on to leave it to move on to the, because this is going to be spread out over, because I'll have to do the RAM, I'll have to cut the fingers, I'll have to get the gold from the fingers first, then I'll have to remove all the chips, then I'll have to incinerate the chips, then I'm going to have to do all that through the thing, and it'll be a long series, to be honest, because I've other things going on that I'll be doing, so I'm not going to be doing it every day and it'll take a while to do. So that's kind of it where we stand. So hopefully I won't lose my shirt on this one, and at least we'll learn, is it worth buying RAM, what sort of prices should we pay in for RAM and per pound, once I get my yields at the end of it, and we can kind of work what we're getting. Again, going on them figures, I'd be okay, but who's to say that their figures are correct? It's only when you do it yourself you're going to know. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to find out. So guys, let's see when this arrives. Is it the correct weight for a start? Is it what type of RAM is inside it? And then we'll go from there on it. So thanks for watching so far. Let's see how we got on. Okay guys, so you can see that the parcel did arrive. I've put a sticker over where my name and address is, and we've put the thing. So this is the first part. Parcel has actually came. So that's one good thing. So next part is we're going to weigh the parcel first. So what I'll do is I'll take this off for a second, put it to the side until I switch on the scales. Let me see if we can get you, there we go, so you can actually see the scales. It took about 3 days, or 4 days actually, for it to arrive from purchase. So we'll switch on the scales, if it'll come on. There we go. So the seller said 10 kg. So we'll just wait for this to set itself and go to 0. So it's at 0. So let's put it on, and anything around 10 kgs I'll be happy enough with. There we go, 10.74 kgs. So 10.75 kgs. So first things first, happy enough with that. At least we have got what the seller said was going to be in it weight wise. So we're okay so far. So we'll knock off that scales. Next part is I have to check and see, is it RAM that's in here or not a brick or something? Because again, not that every seller on there is dodge or anything like that. It's just you don't know what you're buying until it arrives. And again, let me take out my address and name, and we'll open the package. So, okay, well taped up anyhow, we'll give them that much. And where will we cut through? I suppose we just cut through the middle. Ooh. So we're just cutting through there, and we're going to try and just open the package. So it's packaged again inside with another box. So this could be, it's well packaged anyhow. Seller had it up for broken, not usable, gold recovery, stuff like that, I think was his descriptions. So let's have a look. So we have a lot of packing around it. So it's looking good so far. We have RAM in there, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So we have different types of RAM. We have laptop RAM, PC RAM, probably server RAM, but not too much with heat shields, which is very, very good, because heat shields would be putting the weight up and it would mean I'd have less sticks of RAM. So far, so good. Have their chips, some of them, they all have gold. So again, I was worried that we'd have too many of these silver ones maybe. As you can see, that's a silver one, but again, we can separate them out. We have some heat shield ones. A few more down here, which I don't like, which will make it weigh a bit more. Not too bad. A few with heat shields, a few without heat shields. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take all this from this box, put it into a different container so we can actually see it a bit better, because it's a bit awkward trying to get it all out. So I'm going to pause it there and swap them out of this box into another box, which will be a bit bigger maybe, and it'll give us a better look at what we have. Okay guys, so now I have taken them all out, and I'm just, what I've done there is they're all the ones that are perfect. There's no aluminium on them, heat sinks or anything like that. They're just perfect, all gold, not silver ones. They're all gold. That tub is filled right to the top. And as I say, I just want to show you, some of them are like these, which are very good. Lot bigger gold than the sort of some of the older ones, which have a lot more gold, or maybe from a server or something like that, which have a lot more gold on them. So we have a few of them. There's even a few in there I've seen made in Ireland, so they're made their way back home. What I've done then is I've taken the aluminium ones and I put them to a side. So any of them that have any bits of aluminium or anything like that on them, I've taken them to a side, which I'm going to remove the aluminium off them, and then I'll add them for weighing. And what we'll do is we'll get a full weigh-in once the aluminium's off them. We'll weigh up and see what we're going to be processing. I've also removed any of them that had silver instead of gold, so we're not going to be, even though the silver is a precious metal and this video is for gold recovery, and at some stage I'll still cut them off and put the silver somewhere away, because I have more silver ones I've cut off before, and at some stage I'll process the silver ones. The chips will be removed from the silver ones, because there still should be gold bonding wires in them chips. Even though they didn't use gold here, they used silver. The gold should be still inside them chips. So any of them RAM sticks there that had them, I'll be removing them. So what I'm going to do now off screen is I'm just going to remove these, and we're going to get a weigh-in of what we're going to be working with. So at least that way then we can work from there, and we can see what processing stuff I have. I say I'm separating out the ones that I am keeping the silver from, and I'm taking off these aluminium heat sinks because I don't want to add them into the weight. And we'll see what our starting weight is, and we'll go from there, and we'll be able to work out at the end how much per pound roughly I got. As I say, I'm not an expert on this, and I never have claimed to be, but I want to see, is it worth buying stuff from eBay, and maybe if you can get a rough guesstimate for yourself what you're doing and how good you are at it, you might know yourself already how much per pound you're getting from them in gold at the end of it, and it might be worth buying from eBay if you can get the right price. So let me remove these heat sinks, and let's get a final weight on this box of what we've got. Okay, so I have removed the heat sinks from them. So let's get a weigh now and see what we end up with. You mightn't be able to see the weight once we put the thing down over the top, so you'll have to rely on me, because I'll try and push it as much as I can to the front. Once it sets itself to 0. Okay, she's at 0. Let's bring it over. And we're at So we're at 9 3/4, and this here was, the container was another £0.5. So we're at about just over £9 or 9 kgs. Yeah, over 9 kgs. We'll say about 9.25 kgs or maybe 9.5 kgs of actual RAM. So again, that's about £20 of RAM. So again, still allowing for a gram. That should give me 20 grams roughly. So again, that should give me £1,000. So we should be fairly okay on that. I'm hoping. So that's going to be kind of it for this video, guys. It was just to give you the start of the series, show you what I've picked up, and we're going to be going from there. So in the next stage, you'll have to wait to video 2 to see what my next stage is going to be, and so on, and we'll go through the whole series eventually and say the series. This might not be the next video. The part 2 of this video may not be the next video coming out, because I have a lot of videos, other stuff that I'm doing. You can see the scales is fluctuating there between 0.74 and 0.76, but it's stable enough there now. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch it. Put in the comments, do you think I'm going to make money on this? Am I going to lose money? Again, because this is a hobby for me, the amount of hours I put into it, I don't count, because it's not a job. Where if you are counting your hours, it may be more profitable to sell these as they are to board sort. So when you're watching this video, if you see what board sort are paying per kg or per pound, and work out how much you would have got on that, in the next video I'll touch on that. And we'll see, compare what I paid, what board sort are paying, and we'll see where you can work out then whether it's something that you'd prefer just to sell. Oh, I missed out on one. Here's one that fell down. So that's one that fell down. Again, as I said, I've removed the silver ones, but the silver ones, the chips are still good, so they would add up a bit more in the gold later on. But for the fingers, I'm just processing the gold for the moment, and then we're going to go on to the silver. Maybe at some stage we'll touch on what silver I ended up getting out of it as well. So again, comes into your values at the end. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching the video, and as always, if you can give it a thumbs up, or share it out, like it, whatever you want. Leave a comment, tell me what you think I'm going to end up at the very end, when we do everything through, when we've all the chips done, everything, how much gold I'm going to end up on this. These are going to be all processed as a separate item. They're not going to be mixed in with any other chips, they're not going to be mixed in with any other fingers. And again, maybe I might be able to get rid of the boards afterwards as shred or something, because there's copper in them. You never know, I might get a shred price on them. So again, if I got shred price, it's a bit more money, not much for it, but it all adds up. So guys, as always, really appreciate you taking the time. And again, to all the guys and girls that left me a super chat so I could do something like this, I really appreciate it. And it meant that I didn't have to use all my own money to do this. It was people that had contributed in the super chats. So I don't just take your money and buy drink or anything stupid with it. I use it, again, to go back into the channel, whether it be tools or stuff like this, where we can do videos and share information. So really appreciate all you guys, and till the next one, keep on looking for that gold, guys. It's out there. Maybe eBay might be the next gold mine for us.